all things financial room over on Clubhouse and on our YouTube channel, the QuickBooks Online live demonstration. And today we are going to be talking about some of the new features that is in QuickBooks Online 2023. So we're going to be talking about some of the new features inside of QuickBooks Online for 2023. So I am going to be testing to make sure that we can hear inside of this YouTube channel because I have my fan going. I have my fan going. So I'm going to mute my mic for a minute and see if we can make sure that we are getting the sound correct on YouTube or in the Facebook group. If you're in the Facebook group, please make sure, let me know sound is coming through correctly. So while we test the mic, just one moment, please, while we test our mics. All right, that was beautiful. So the fan is not in the mic. That's a good thing. The fan is not in the mic. And guys, if you have any question, please feel to put free to put them in the chat or in the comment below this video. The comment below this video. If you have a question about something and you would like to know about something, feel free to make sure that you make sure that you ask your question. And like we says that we are actually doing the live demonstration in QuickBooks Online. We're actually using a sample company and some of the features may not be live. If you have a question that is directly related to your business, go ahead and schedule a time that we can talk to you about it because your privacy is very important. All right. All right. So let's get ready to share the screen. And we are going to, okay. What did I do? Y'all know I mess this up every time. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. So QuickBooks has every year. So, for those who don't know who I am, I'm Elaine Forbes Daisley. I'm an accountant for over 3.5 decades. I've been using QuickBooks for about 2.5 decades, and I have uh, experience in accounting, finance. I'm an author, speaker, and a business development strategist. So that's a little bit about me. And if you're catching this on YouTube, whenever you're catching it, please feel free to put your question in. We're doing a live demonstration of QuickBooks Online, and we're going to be talking about some of the new features. So there might be more new features, but we're just probably going to be focusing on 2 or 3 of the new features inside of QuickBooks Online. Now, QuickBooks Online has been around for over 3 decades. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And every year, now since they have the online and since 2012, every year they do an update and they actually add new features that's going to make your life and your business um okay. I don't know. All right. Let me move this because I want to make sure that we are getting, you guys are seeing this, and I want to, okay, there we go. Hallelujah. All right, guys, remember social media, and you need to make sure you, and you need, And please say hello to me. I'm going to say you need to. Please remember to say hello to me, social media, and I like to be social. So make sure you say hello to me. So, as we were saying, QuickBooks actually does an update every year. And the update is usually this between September of the previous year. So the update for 2023 in QuickBooks was done since September of 2022 for 2023. They do the update a couple of months before the beginning of the year. It's usually in the third quarter of the current year for the next year. All right. So we're going to go over some of those features that they have. Hold on, let me do this. Give me one moment while I do this over here. Yeah, so I'll talk while I do that. Yes, so they oh my goodness, I can't walk and chew gum. Uh Jesus. Oh, okay. All right. Now I get to do what I really wanted to do. Uh all right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, one of the features, so I'm just going to go over the main features, and I'm going to feature one today. And so there are about one, two, three, four, five, six, seven new things, of six new things that QuickBooks made available, and they changed or add, improve, or enhance. So if you're a desktop user, if you're, and I'm not going to go over this a lot, if I'm not going to actually go over it, I'm just going to talk about it. If you're a desktop user and you want to migrate to the QuickBooks Online feature, that has changed and it is way, way, way easier. Before, migrating over to the online, it was a headache, but that they have improved. So we're not going to talk about it because we're just talking about it now. This is one of the ones that I really, really want to talk about. The thing that I really want to talk about is inside of the banking feed. So let's go to the banking feed, and I'm gonna go over this one because it is so, so, so cool. It makes your life so much easier. And prior to last year, QuickBooks Online had the rules. So if you set a rule, what would have happened is that when a transaction come in the bank feed, I'm going to see if I can set a rule for this one. And I'm going to create a rule. So I could create a rule, and I'm going to call it, hold on, let's stop that. What's this? A rental. We're just going to call it a rental. So we're going to create a rule. and it's gonna be called RENTA, and it's gonna say money in. It contains a rental, and we're gonna turn off the auto add because we don't want it to there, and we're gonna put this to service and save. Now, every time a transaction comes in that says a rental and it's coming into the account, it's going to apply the rule. So that's the first thing that it's going to do. What QuickBooks changes is that now, if there is a deposit inside of QuickBooks that's already matched with this transaction, it's going to match it before it applies the rule. So it's going to match the transaction before it applies the rule. What this will do is that this will avoid you making a duplicate transaction, because if the rule applies, it's not going to match to the transaction that's already inside of QuickBooks. So now once there is a match, it's the match is going to be priority. So before last year, the match was not a priority. The rules would apply first, and then if there's no rule that apply, then they would look for a match. So what they do is that they now put in a rule that the match to be priority. So now see, we made a rule and it applies the rule. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this tab, and I'm going to go and create a deposit, new bank deposit. And check it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put ARENT. Ha 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 ha. Hey Patrice, RENTAL. Okay, we're going to add a rental, and we're going to say that they are a customer. A rental, and we're going to save. And now we're going to say check. I hope that the amount is $200. And so now we create this deposit inside of QuickBooks. So this deposit is created. So we're going to save. What did we not do? Oh, it would be nice if we're going to say design income, and we're going to save and new. All right, and we're going to go back to this tab over here, and we're going to we're going to refresh the screen. We got to make sure. Let's refresh the screen. And now if you notice, instead of this showing that there is a rule that was created, it's now showing that there is a match was found. So what QuickBooks, so this is one of the new features. Hi to the person on Facebook. Say your name, because I don't see your name, so I can and give you a shout out. Yeah. So instead of the match applying first to whatever is entered it's going to go ahead and apply, instead of the rule applying first, it's going to apply the match first. So as long as you enter your deposits and your payments inside of QuickBooks, what it will automatically do is match what's inside of QuickBooks. Because remember, oh, it's you on your batteries. Yeah. So what you got to remember is that this bank feed that's inside of QuickBooks, it is a holding area. It does not enter into QuickBooks. I know that some people think that once they connect, I know, I see that once they connect their bank feed, it automatically puts it into category and puts it inside of QuickBooks, but it doesn't. So this is actually the holding area. So you still have to enter stuff inside of QuickBooks. So you want to make sure that you go in and enter your, especially your deposit. You can enter your deposit, and that will also, so there is a match, and the match will show up right here, and you can just hit the word match, and there we go. It's now, it's done, it's ready to be reconciled. And if you enter your stuff correctly inside of QuickBooks, your bank reconciliation will be a smooth transition. But you first have to make sure that you have everything in the correct place inside of QuickBooks. Now, one of the problems that I see a lot with bank, that I have a lot with bank reconciliation, is the duplicating of transaction. Because once you do a couple transaction more than one time, QuickBooks will say, do you want to create a rule? My recommendation is, do not create a rule unless you understand the rule that you're creating. So do not create a rule unless you understand the rule that you're creating, because most time people create a rule because QuickBooks suggests it, but you have to make sure. And you can also create the rule manually before. So you'd go right here to this rule, and this is the one we created earlier. And you can do a new rule, and then you fill the information out. If you turn on the auto rule, it will automatically, once it comes in, it will go over to whatever you set it to. Now, what has happened is that QuickBooks has set it so that the match will be priority. So it will look for a match inside of QuickBooks, and then the rule would apply. So that's one of the features that's new for 2023. And like we said, this was rolled out in 2020 September last year. It's usually rolled out in September of the previous year. So that's one. I absolutely love that feature. And I'm glad that they change it so that we can, the match is priority. And I know most business owner will love it. Another feature that is is new is batch edit for clients auto bank rule. So so they're doing a lot of things with a rule. So now you can edit the batch. So if we had several rules here, before you couldn't edit them, you have to edit each one. Now you can do a batch edit and edit the rule, change stuff on it and stuff like that. That's also cool, because what happened is that a lot of people, like people, by the time they get to me, they have so much rule, and we need to like stop some of those rules, put them then we want to make sure that we can edit those batch rule. And that's also a new feature inside of QuickBooks. We would probably do the rules itself, go over the rules another day. So that's here that I will show you how to make a rule and make it effective. But they've edited that, so that's also awesome. That's a new thing that they did. And if you have payroll and you're using QuickBooks Time. There's also some new features in that. I'm not going to show that today. And here's another thing that is new inside of QuickBooks Online. Actually, it's new inside of the mobile app. So QuickBooks Online is connected to your mobile phone, or either Android or iOS, iPhone, right? Now, you could do a check. You could scan your check and deposit it using your iPad or your iPhone. This is now rolled out for Android users. So now you can do a mobile check deposit. For an Android user can now do a mobile check deposit. That is so cool. I know I'm making it look, but yes, that is absolutely awesome that you can now, because they do these features for for iPhone and iPad, and then the Android user. I have both because I use my iPad for stuff, and my phone is definitely going to be an Android. I don't care what nobody says. Right now I'm an Android girl and I'll stay that way. But that is also a feature. I'm trying to find my phone to see if I can. I don't know how to show you my phone, but I'm going to see if I can go inside of my QuickBooks. It's it's usually not so. So now I'm trying to see if this would come up. All right. I'm looking for um okay, so I don't know. Let me know if you can see this, Patrice. I'm trying. Oh, there it is. It's kind of so right in the smack middle of it. It you can see it says mobile check deposit. Deposit into QuickBooks checking anywhere, anytime. Now, this is not for you to deposit in in um in an external bank, meaning you're a bank outside of the QuickBooks Online bank. So I'm just making notes of the features that we'll go over. So there is a bank inside of QuickBooks that's called QuickBooks Online. That's called QuickBooks Bank. I don't remember. I think that's the name. So that bank account, you can now deposit checks to that bank account. Prior to September 2022, you were not able to deposit money into that bank account. Now they actually have it where you can make a deposit. So if you go, you can make a mobile deposit to that bank account. So those are the two features that I think is will be benefiting us as small business or small business that use QuickBooks Online for if you are a bookkeeper accountant using QuickBooks, you want to make sure that you check out these new features so that you can use them to save time in your business. So that is all we have for today. So next week we're going to go over the QuickBooks bank account. And then I know we have to go over the rules. So we will do next week. See, next week, Tuesday, we'll come back here and we'll show you how to use the QuickBooks. Actually, I don't know if it's in here. It's not in here. So I am going to See if I can set up my QuickBooks so you can see the QuickBooks bank feature. This does not, like we said, it's a sample company. So we're not able to show you in the sample company. So I'll hopeful next week we can set up the video so you can see the QuickBooks video, how the QuickBooks, where to locate the banking feature and how it actually worked. So as always, thank you for joining us today. We are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we do a live demonstration of QuickBooks Online, we open up live. So for those who are on Clubhouse, please feel free to tap the link above my head and go over to YouTube. Make sure when you are in YouTube, hit this subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notifications so when we are live each week, you will get notification and you can join us live with your question. As always, it's great to be here, and we're here for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes every day. If you have any question, feel free to put your question in. We will take those. So until next week, have a great rest of your evening, and we'll be back here on YouTube next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, everyone. And for those who are in the Facebook group, bye and see you next Tuesday.